Fox News has found something wrong with the inauguration. This is fantastic. Their anchor seems to be bewildered by it and just absolutely horrified. It turns out rappers say things that are not allowed in polite society and that politicians wouldn't say. Who knew rappers were like that? And then they've brought on Michelle Malkin as well. So tut, tut, tut. So let's watch and be amused by this.
Having an African-American president in the Oval Office is certainly a watershed moment for America. But some very visible supporters of President Obama may have tainted the moment for some. This is rapper Jay-Z and rapper Young Jeezy celebrating the inauguration in Washington at a club on Monday night. And we warn you, this is explicit.
I want to thank two people. I want to thank the most overseas that threw 2 shoes to George Bush. And I want to thank, and listen. And I want to thank the mother who helped them move their about the White House. Get it moving, bitch. Get back. My president is black. Never thought I'd say this, baby. I'm good. You can keep your I don't want no more Bush, no more war, no more rap, no more white lies. My president is black. Yeah.
Well, syndicated columnist Michelle Malkin is here with us of MichelleMalkin.com and also contributor to HotAir.com. Michelle, good morning.
Good morning, Megan.
You know, this is stunning. This is the way they choose to celebrate the inauguration of our first black president. So much for a post-racial America, I guess.
Yeah, I posted the video on Monday night in the midst of the feel-good kumbaya leading up to the inauguration. And a lot of folks didn't want to pay attention to this very ugly underbelly that was going on in Washington, D.C. But it's not a shock to people who've been paying attention to these very high-profile supporters of Barack Obama in the entertainment industry. I first blogged about this song, My President is Black, in the days after the election last November. Young Jeezy first wrote this song over the summer, and it came out in advance of the Democrat National Convention, and it really gives lie to the concept that Barack Obama has ushered in this quote-unquote post-racial era. In fact, the color-coded culture is alive and well, and it has been stoked by the rap industry, and unfortunately you have heard no denunciations from the post-racial president about this very vitriolic rhetoric, that really is supposed to be something we've discarded and left behind.
Well, and it would be one thing if these were rappers who were sort of doing their own thing on the outskirts, what have you. That's been going on for a while. But Jay-Z, I believe he was in the VIP section watching the inauguration. I mean, he was a welcomed guest along with his wife Beyonce. This guy is well respected. I don't understand why he would participate in something like this. I think the Young Jeezy is the one who's been making these comments all along, but it's a little bit more controversial now that Jay-Z joins in and has no problem with these sorts of terms being thrown around. The N-word came out repeatedly. I mean, what kind of an example is this setting for young African Americans who would look to them for guidance on this?
A very poor and bigoted example, Megan, and
all
exactly
right,
the kind of example.
Have these people ever listened to rap? They're throwing the N-word around. Golly gee willikers, what kind of an example does that set for the young African Americans in this country? Of course they are. They're not supposed to be your role models. Barack Obama's supposed to be your role model. Has he denounced them yet? I can't believe our so-called post-racial president has not done a denunciation yet of these terrible, terrible rappers like Young Jeezy. He would have to denounce the entire rap industry. Have you ever listened to a single rap song? It is a different art form. In that art form, they curse a lot. You might not like it, but that's how they roll. That's how they do. Okay? And you know what? Jay-Z is one of the biggest stars of this industry. They're like, Jay-Z was allowed among the VIP section. We expected him to be a little bit more white than this. But it turns out he's actually a rapper. And he throws the N-word around and he claims that his president is black. What happened to this post-racial America Look at this color-coded society, color-coded culture that Michelle Malkin says we're using. Stunning, they say, stunning. And basically, to Jay-Z, they're saying, et tu, Jay-Z. How could you do this to us? We thought you were one of us. God, they are so ignorant of what is happening in America, and they seem so pathetically out of place when they try to have a real discussion about this. Look, because if you were going to have a real discussion about it, you'd have to say, yeah, you know what? Now, some of that language might make a lot of Americans uncomfortable. But all of rap music makes a lot of Americans uncomfortable. That's why we live in America. You don't have to listen to it. And the people who like it, they listen to it. And Obama's not responsible for all rap music. That's an insane supposition that you're putting forward.